that moment where I hit the start stream button by accident beforehand. No. So this is an update video, or rather this is a follow-up to the update that I just released, the Christmas one, after having like a day's break. So this is going to go over thoughts about what happened at the event, or rather how the event went down, and people's reactions, and then thoughts afterwards about the work that's still yet to be done. So let's get on with this, shall we? The event went down really well. I think I could have scheduled it a little bit better. The thing is, I'm like on a tight deadline for all of this, so I really need to kind of constantly put out events and updates and stuff, and just get the work done as soon as possible. So I kind of hate the fact that I had to more or less give everyone like 1 day's notice instead of like the last event where I give everyone like a week. And we had like a full server instead. There was still a big showing of people that came to the server. This wasn't as big as the last time, primarily because of the lack of advanced warning and sort of me turning around and being like, hey, make sure you've got this day free. Either way, it was funny hearing at least a couple of people going, wait a minute, the entire server's in the movie room upstairs in the game core, watching a video, which is fun. One thing that I obviously have a little bit of a problem with at the moment is just the fact that the audio in the internet for areas like this has never been too good at these events, so there was a lot of complaints about either the video not showing or the audio being low, of which I know it isn't the video. So I think it's mainly just the video player itself. Oh, excuse me. Professional of me sneezing on microphone mid-recording. It's fine. But yeah, apart from tech issues, I really enjoyed this event, primarily because it was really fun just showing off these two areas, especially in their updated form, and listening to people's reactions, especially because people just now more than ever want VR versions. So I'm going to have to get around to that or outsource those by giving people the models, which is no big deal. I'm in talks with at least one person at the moment about that, so I might just drop them a DM later on and be like, look, we're going ahead with this plan. I'll just send you all the models. But yeah, the event was really fun. I enjoyed the reactions. I did not expect people to be crying. That was interesting. I think mainly that's to do with the anticipation and the music. But either way, I'm happy that I have such a nice reaction, that people are really, really enjoying stuff, and we've not even really got around to animating yet. On that note, I'm still waiting for the voice lines to be able to do all the animating, because that's what's going on at the moment. To which I'm trying to keep up and keep on track of that and tell people, like, look, I need the lines so I can animate characters, of which, people have their own lives and stuff. I don't mind that too much. It's just more making sure that it gets done before the deadline, or rather around the deadline, because otherwise I'm going to be stuck chasing stuff and it's not going to be good, and then it can lead to massive delays, which is definitely not going to be good. So yeah, we dropped a deadline of February the 24th for 2024, and that's specifically a really important deadline because I need to get all the levels and areas done by then. That's just so that I'm only doing animating, because animating is a process that I can do little by little over time and chip away at it and get stuff done at in my own free time when I have that. But my time is being significantly reduced and will be next year at the start in February, which is why there's that deadline. Essentially, it just means that like whenever I have free time, I'll be spending it doing the animating, and any other time that I've got will be spent doing more important things. It sounds terrible, but it's like family stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of craziness trying to juggle priorities and get everything done, to which most people might hear that and go, oh God, everything's falling apart. It's really not. It's just a case of making sure that I stay on track of everything. And as long as I've got organization and that I make sure that I'm not totally burnt out all the time from doing other things so that I can come back, relax for a little bit, and then do some animating, then it should get done either way. Which is another reason why it would be good to at least have the levels in VR so that people can experience those as well, to have at least a little bit of fun while they're waiting for the actual full movie. I've got to get more understudies for all the characters and actually send out those lines to people. I know I've kept people waiting for ages, and I know some people are probably like, dude, what the hell's going on? Where are my lines or whatever? I've just been super busy, as you can tell from the updates. I tend to do this thing where I will just focus on one thing until it's done, and I can't really juggle too much at the same time. So that's the unfortunate thing that's happened, is that I've been busy trying to get these 2 levels done and been so in-depth in thought in terms of trying to come up with solutions and everything on how to do these things that it's just taken a lot of time away from organization of like different characters, catching up with them, making sure the lines are being done, organizing sessions where I record some people doing the lines if they don't have good recording software themselves or whatever, or just can't. So a bit of an issue there. On that kind of note, recently we got all of Frisk's voice acting done for the Ruins. So that's great, because that requires Wally, Frisk's voice actress, to be round quite a lot, obviously, for like a good hour or so to do those lines. And she's currently at college and also doing a job as well, so that's taken a lot of free time away from her, which is unfortunate. It's like that with a lot of the other cast members. They have other commitments. It's fine. It's just a case of eventually getting the time to do this stuff. That session went really well. I really enjoyed it, and the best part about this is some people in the cast might think like, oh dude, seriously, you don't want more takes from me? Because sometimes I'll be like, we'll do 3 takes of a line or whatever so that I can get a nice variety so I can pick from stuff. But there are some takes where people just do them immediately, and I'm just like, I like it that much, we'll just have it as a 1 take thing. So some sessions have been pretty quick. The best part about that is that I can actually start imagining from those takes what the animation will be like, or how I can animate certain scenes. And it personally gets me really excited, because it's really fun sort of going off the amount of emotion and stuff that's put into certain lines. So honestly, that gets me really excited. The one thing that's got me worried at the moment is Waterfall. Primarily, it's just the making of it, because I'm kind of like struggling to get my head around how I'm going to do this. But I'm already taking it upon myself to do some research. Again, I find myself a lot in Hall of Souls, in the Waterfall, or Frisk's Waterfall. For those who know the Undernet, you'll know what I'm on about. For anyone who doesn't, Frisk is a creator from the Undernet who is making all of Undertale in 3D for people to be able to explore and stuff, but they're making it in a very fantastical way, is the best way of putting it, without really looking at Undertale. They've never really played it from what I've heard, so essentially it's their interpretation of it, and I really, really do love Frisk's work. It's amazing. It's really helped a lot with my own depictions of stuff and give me a few ideas here and there that have really helped. So yeah, essentially what I'm doing is I'm doing research by just hanging around in Waterfall and looking at all the geometry to try and take note of what's going on, as well as doing some little bits of research and modeling revision in terms of figuring out how I'm going to connect everything together before I go ahead and do it. Because I don't just want everything to be squared off, The interesting thing is I'm almost treating it like friendly competition, where I'm looking at Frisk's stuff and being like, look, this is really good. I really enjoy it. If I can get it to look like this or better, I'll be really happy. So it's almost like a challenge to myself to be like, okay, can we do this as good as Frisk or not? So it's going to be fun having a little bit of friendly competition and just seeing what happens with everything. And by that, I mean friendly competition in terms of taking their interpretation and the way that they've done stuff and just seeing like, okay, can I try and get this looking as good, Um, in terms of any other stuff, like any worries or anything else, it's just deadlines. People are going to be like, dude, you need to look after yourself, be careful or whatever. But it's like, I can't afford to stick around too long in any one particular place. I need to get these areas done before February. So, apart from like a little bit at Christmas, I'm probably going to be grinding this out like mad now. So you'll see more updates for like Waterfall being made or something like that, or along those lines. Maybe the odd hour streaming some of the games here and there. I'm trying to think of what else real quick. Honestly, I didn't think that I would need a little bit of a break the day after the event. I was thinking to myself, look, I'll just hit the ground running and do Waterfall. And then when I got up and wanted to do it, I was like, you know what? No, so that was pretty bad, given that I've not got much time. But yeah, it's just something I have to eventually deal with. Anyway, I've got to get going. I've got other stuff to do here on my end that is not 3D related. So yeah, I guess I'll do some more videos like this in future just to put forward my feelings so everybody knows exactly what's going on. Anyway, thank you very much to everyone so far that's helped and everyone that's turned up to the events. I appreciate the support and the help as much as possible. It's been amazing. You've all been really fun to hang around with and really accommodating. And I know I can cause some massive amounts of craziness or frustration sometimes when it comes to asking people weird questions or doing silly things. But I'd like to think that I bring people together with the project that I'm working on in a manner where it collectively allows people to have a lot of fun, have a good laugh, and introduces people to people that they haven't already met before. So it's cool knowing that people essentially are mingling more and meeting other people through me, and as a result, more people are becoming more like a tight knit community, or at least becoming friendly with each other. I tend to have that weird ability where everybody just kind of crowds around me and then ends up being friends with everybody else. It's kind of weird. Anyway, I'm going to get going because I'm waffling at this point. So I'll see you on the next video. Bye.